Spain coach Luis de la Fuente has moved to play down suggestions of a rift with Barcelona boss Hansi Flick regarding the handling of teenage sensation Lamine Yamal. Speaking on Friday as he announced his latest squad for the World Cup qualifiers, de la Fuente insisted there was no conflict despite Flick's earlier criticism. Yamal, just 18, recently returned from a groin injury and made his first start for Barca since August in Wednesday's Champions League clash against Paris Saint-Germain, a 2-1 defeat. Flick had suggested last month that the injury was aggravated when Yamal was used in Spain's September World Cup qualifiers, prompting speculation of a fallout between club and country over the youngster's fitness. "There is no conflict with Flick," de la Fuente said firmly. "I was simply surprised by those statements because he has been a national team coach, and I thought he had that empathy. But for me, what really matters are the two important matches we have coming up. We are playing for the World Cup. That is the priority." Flick had admitted he exchanged brief text messages with de la Fuente on the matter, but hinted that communication between the two could improve. On Friday, de la Fuente tried to clarify the situation once more, stressing that Yamal's condition was not as dramatic as it had been portrayed. "What happened was that, when the match ended, he had some kind of discomfort. But I have never played without discomfort. Nothing happened," he explained. "Our medical staff have been very clear, and I have been very clear. If he had discomfort later on, well, I cannot say. But these are normal things in football. Spain will, however, have to deal with other absentees." Athletic Bilbao winger Nico Williams and Real Madrid fullback Dani Carvajal are both sidelined through injury, while Alvaro Morata has been left out of the squad after a slow start to the season with Italian side Como. Williams, who impressed in Spain's 6-0 victory over Turkey last month before picking up a groin problem, had reportedly been playing through discomfort, and Bilbao had asked for caution over his workload. "The risk in football and in sport always exists," de la Fuente noted. "If a player is on the pitch for his club, he is already assuming those risks. These are completely normal situations that every player faces." Spain currently lead Group E with 6 points from 2 matches and are well placed to strengthen their push for qualification. They host Georgia and Elche on October 11th before facing Bulgaria in Valladolid on October 14th. Fixtures de la Fuente is eager to keep the focus on. "All the rest is noise," the coach concluded. "The only thing that matters is winning these games and securing our place at the World Cup." Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Liverpool summer signing Florian Wirtz has endured a torrid start to life at Anfield following his blockbuster £116 million move from Bayer Leverkusen. The German international midfielder arrived with huge expectations, but he has so far struggled to justify the investment and looks a shadow of the player who once dominated the Bundesliga. His latest performance summed up his ongoing difficulties. Wirtz was largely anonymous as Liverpool slumped to a disappointing 1-0 defeat against Galatasaray in the Champions League last night. Despite being entrusted with a central role in Arne Slot's setup, he barely influenced proceedings and too often disrupted Liverpool's rhythm rather than enhancing it. The statistics painted a bleak picture. Wirtz lost possession 14 times, won just 4 of his 13 duels, and was dribbled past twice. He attempted 3 dribbles, but completed only 1, highlighting his lack of impact in breaking opposition lines. Former Liverpool defender Jamie Carragher did not hold back in his criticism. Speaking on CBS Sports, he urged Slot to take decisive action. "I don't feel like I'm watching a top team. Liverpool aren't playing football at the moment, they're playing basketball. It's end-to-end, and I don't think top teams play like that." The obvious problem that stands out is Florian Wirtz. He's just not at the races at all. He's a young boy going to a new league. He's got plenty of time to grow as a Liverpool player. However, I think he needs to come out of the team for Liverpool to get back to where they were last season, and then go from there to try and build some confidence and defensive stability. Carragher's assessment feels hard to argue with. While Liverpool's backline has looked vulnerable this season, Wirtz's struggles in midfield have added another layer of concern. Instead of being the creative heartbeat he was at Leverkusen, he has looked overwhelmed in the faster, more physical Premier League environment and hesitant on the European stage. Liverpool's midfield, once renowned for its intensity and balance, has been thrown off rhythm by Wirtz's inability to adapt quickly. His tendency to slow down play has often frustrated teammates and supporters alike, and rather than dictating tempo, he has become a weak link in a side already short on cohesion. Slot now faces a delicate decision. On one hand, persisting with Wirtz could help accelerate his adaptation. On the other, continuing to expose him to high-pressure games risks further damaging both his confidence and the team's performances. Pulling him out of the firing line may be the wiser move, not only to restore some balance and stability to Liverpool's midfield, but also to protect the long-term development of a player who still possesses enormous potential. Liverpool's campaign is already shaping up to be demanding and unforgiving, with little margin for error. In such a climate, they cannot afford passengers. Wirtz remains a long-term investment with the talent to flourish in England, but at present, he has plenty of work to do before he can be trusted to lead Liverpool's midfield in the way the club envisioned when they made him their record signing. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I was not focused. William Saliba makes claim on Real Madrid interest with Trent Alexander-Arnold comparison after signing new Arsenal contract. William Saliba has revealed why he chose to commit his long-term future to Arsenal despite strong interest from Real Madrid, citing his desire to win trophies with the Gunners. The French defender recently signed a contract extension that will keep him at Emirates Stadium until 2030, ending months of speculation over his next move. Saliba extends Arsenal's stay despite Madrid interest. Real Madrid have been monitoring Saliba ever since his impressive breakthrough in the Premier League, viewing him as one of the most promising center-backs in Europe. However, by penning a fresh long-term deal, the 23-year-old made it clear that his focus is fully on Arsenal's project under Mikel Arteta. I was not thinking about clubs from the outside. Speaking after signing his new deal, Saliba explained, "To be honest, I was not thinking about clubs from the outside. I wanted to stay here for more years. I was not focused on the other clubs. I'm focused on my club." Saliba also addressed comparisons with Trent Alexander-Arnold, who is reportedly attracting strong interest from Real Madrid as well. Asked why he did not consider following the Liverpool star's path to Spain, Saliba insisted his motivation was different. "He won some titles with Liverpool. With me, I didn't win anything here except the Community Shield. I want to stay here and win a lot of trophies. I love this club. I couldn't leave this club without giving something back. I've won nothing. I want to stay here and win." Arsenal shift focus to Saka. With Saliba's future secured, Arsenal's hierarchy are now turning their attention to Bukayo Saka. The winger, regarded as the face of Arsenal's new generation, has entered the final 2 years of his deal. According to the Daily Mirror, the club are preparing a blockbuster contract offer that could make Saka one of the best-paid players in Arsenal's history, underlining his importance to Arteta's long-term plans. Arsenal continues search for silverware. The Gunners remain in the hunt for major honors this season. After closing the gap on Premier League leaders Liverpool with a hard-fought victory over Newcastle, Arteta's men are brimming with confidence ahead of their Champions League clash against Olympiacos on Wednesday. The North London side are desperate to convert their progress into tangible silverware, and Saliba's decision to stay is seen as another big step in building a squad capable of competing at the very top. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Mikel Arteta makes Victor Gyökeres's admission after slow start. The summer signing has struggled against the better teams in the Premier League. Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta admitted he loved Victor Gyökeres's performance at Newcastle despite the striker failing to get on the scoresheet. The Gunners' summer signing has endured a steady but testing introduction to life in the Premier League, scoring 3 goals in his first 8 matches since joining from Sporting Lisbon. Gyökeres was handed another start at St. James' Park on Sunday in place of the injured Kai Havertz, but found himself up against a typically aggressive Newcastle defense. The Swede battled tirelessly, linking play and occupying defenders, but could not find the breakthrough as Arsenal were edged out in a physical contest. Arteta, however, insisted the striker's contribution was far greater than the scoreline suggested, praising his mentality, resilience, and involvement in key attacking moments. "I loved it," Arteta said. "I absolutely loved how he took it. He went on board, not a single moment when he's showing frustration. I told him you're going to get some decisions, some others not. Stand up, you're going to have 2 or 3 players around you in many moments. The ball is in the air, and a lot is going to happen." But I loved his reaction. I love the way he handled the situation emotionally, and as well because he was involved in a lot of dangerous moments that he created. He was very much involved in them. It's a pity that he didn't score a goal at the end, because in my opinion, he fully deserved it. Since Havertz suffered a knee injury in August, Gyökeres has become Arsenal's main focal point in attack, starting all but one of their games across competitions. While he has not yet produced consistently against the league's top sides, Arteta believes the 26-year-old has shown the character and qualities needed to adapt. In a really natural and organic way, I would say. The Arsenal boss continued. He's a really confident boy. His work ethic is incredible. The demands that he puts on himself every single day. It's a joy to work with him. He gives so much to the team, and the ceiling is very, very high with what he can still give. So, I am very happy with him. With Havertz not expected back until later this year, Gyökeres is set for an extended run in the starting 11. Arteta and his staff believe that the goals will come once the striker adjusts fully to the tempo of the Premier League, pointing to his intelligent movement, physical strength, and ability to create chances out of little space. For now, the Swede may not yet be lighting up the score sheets, but his manager is in no doubt that Arsenal have a player who will become increasingly influential as the season unfolds. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Nick Woltmade said he refused to accept an apology from Arsenal match winner Gabriel Magalhaes for an elbow in my face during Newcastle's 2-1 defeat against the Gunners at St. James Park. Woltmade, Newcastle's £65 million, $87 million, club record signing from VfB Stuttgart earlier this month, had put Eddie Howe's team into the lead with a 34th-minute header, marking his first Premier League goal in front of the home fans. The German forward's powerful finish gave Newcastle early momentum in a heated contest that quickly turned physical. Arsenal defender Gabriel claimed he had been pushed by Woltmade in the build-up to the goal, and the two players continued to exchange words after the restart. Tensions boiled over when television cameras appeared to capture Gabriel striking Woltmade in the face with his arm during an off-the-ball tussle, an incident that went unpunished by both the on-field officials and VAR. Woltmade, still visibly frustrated after the match, told Sky Sports that he rejected Gabriel's apology, insisting the defender's actions were deliberate. After the goal, there was a situation. I felt his elbow in my face in 2 meters, so his arm has to be really high, Woltmade explained. I don't know. I just said it to the referee that I felt something in the face, and I think it's not right to feel something in the face. But I'm not the type of player to fall down for this. It's hard because sometimes maybe you have to do this, but this is not my type of football. He said sorry after, so I think he knew he hit me in my face. It didn't solve the situation, to be honest. I don't like this. If you do some things in game and then a few seconds later you say sorry, that's not part of the game. I like the situation where you can have a good battle, but his elbow should not be in my face. The incident overshadowed what was otherwise a dramatic contest. Gabriel later went on to score the decisive goal for Arsenal, heading in from a late corner to secure 3 points for Mikel Arteta's side, who maintained their unbeaten run in the league. When asked for his view of the clash between Gabriel and Woltmade, Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta insisted that he did not see the incident, choosing instead to focus on his team's resilience and ability to come from behind. The Premier League could yet review the footage, but as it stands, Gabriel has escaped any punishment, leaving Newcastle and Woltmade to reflect on a frustrating night that ended in controversy.